Thank you for opening your Tesla folder. Welcome, I am the Tesla folder, and Tesla has just announced the numbers for the amount of delivered electric vehicles during the fourth quarter of 2021. The numbers are absolutely shocking, ladies and gentlemen. So, Tesla produced 308,600 vehicles, smashing Wall Street estimates by more than 40,000 vehicles, making everyone look silly. Tesla is undergoing exponential growth. They literally nearly doubled production without even adding any new factories. They produced nearly 1 million vehicles with just 2 factories. So imagine what happens this year when the gigafactories in Austin and Berlin open up. That's right, exponential growth yet again. So the total production number in 2021 was a staggering 930,000 vehicles, nearly double last year's entire production number. So this is obviously great news for Tesla, but what does it mean for Q1, Q2, and the rest of 2022? Well, fortunately for us, Wall Street still has consensus of deliveries at around 1.3 million vehicles next year, far below what we expect. Now this is far below what we expect because as of the fourth quarter, Tesla Shanghai is on a production run rate of 720,000 vehicles per year, whilst the Fremont factory is producing at around 500,000 cars per year. Those two numbers together alone already meets the Wall Street expectations of roughly 1.3 million vehicles. And that's not even talking about the fact that Tesla will open 2 new factories this year, whilst Shanghai and Fremont continue to grow and expand their production capabilities. Giga Shanghai will eventually produce 1 million vehicles per year, and the Fremont factory will also grow substantially. There's a real potential that Tesla hits 2 million vehicles produced in 2022. I mean, looking at this graph, we can just see the progress made in Shanghai is insane. It's really cool to note that in 2 years, Shanghai has made as many vehicles as the entire Fremont factory has in its first 7 years. So the production capabilities of these new factories is truly insane. And for that reason, I don't think it's unreasonable to expect that Shanghai might actually produce 1 million vehicles this entire year, just on its own. Exponential growth is physically really hard for the human brain to compute. I mean, think about this. If we have 2 times 2 and we do that 20 times, we get more than 1 million, right? That adds up to more than 1 million. Whilst if we add 2 plus 2 20 times, we only get to 40. Now that's a huge difference. And that is the power of exponential growth compared to the linear growth. And what people don't understand is if you put these graphs over each other, you can see very clearly that Tesla is experiencing exponential growth, which is physically just really hard for the mind to actually compute and estimate because we only can estimate things in a linear manner. Now, as a fun little experiment, let's just say Tesla continues to grow deliveries at the current pace of 80% year over year. That means that Tesla hits 1.76 million vehicles delivered in 2022, about 500,000 more than what Wall Street is expecting. So, now that that little experiment is done, let's move on to the implications this has for the stock price. So how can we expect the stock market to react? Well, Tesla currently is up around 11% as I'm recording this video during today's trading, and we can expect this rise to continue until the end of January, as I've said previously in my newsletter, link in the description. This deliveries beat will cause the hedge funds and banks to increase their earnings per share estimates by about 10 to 15% for this year. Now, what analysts previously expected to happen in 2023 will actually happen this year. So price targets will also continue to increase as we approach the 27th of January when we have the fourth quarter earnings report. Now, Tesla might move to an all-time high this month, which was previously set at $1,230. And this will likely happen between now and when the fourth quarter earnings are released, or just after. Now, we can expect Wall Street also to start increasing their production estimates for 2022 during this time because Deutsche Bank, for example, has already increased their estimates to 1.5 million vehicles for this year, which is still about 200,000 less than what I expect. And if you want to know that, you can see the links in the description to see my Twitter and my newsletter. Now, we're talking about the stock price, and Gary Black on Twitter has kindly reminded us of some of the catalysts that we can expect for Tesla in the coming few months. The first Tesla catalyst is the obvious beat that we just had, which will lead to financial volumes and estimates of the earnings per shares will all increase from all the analysts. We'll also see the fourth quarter results, which will hopefully have really good earnings per shares, better than what analysts expect. And we'll have a product roadmap update from Elon Musk, potentially about the semi-truck and the Cybertruck for this year. Thirdly, the Berlin factory and the Austin factory are opening in January, so that should also be a catalyst, whilst the Biden's $8,000 EV credit in the Build Back Better bill, which the United States might pass. That bill includes an $8,000 EV incentive, and that can get approved by March, which will see the stock also obviously benefit from basically the cars becoming $8,000 cheaper. So tell me, how many vehicles do you think Tesla will produce in 2022? I'd love to hear it. Let me know in the comments down below what you think the price targets are for yourself for the end of this month and this year. And I want to thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Click here to watch my latest new video, and make sure to check out my Twitter in the description and the newsletter. And as always, have a nice day.